So this is not going to be a comprehensive guide whatsoever. This is literally just a bare bones, get your foot in the door, try it in your own games, and see, if it works kind of thing. All right, this is kind of a touch on the topic, and then you go into your own games, fuck around and find out later. So this is the new consulate, and I'm going to go ahead and mark where the bomb is. This is like, I'm trying to remember how the sites go. So there's A bomb and there's B bomb, okay? The two sites, like the low corner room with the window here, and then you've got B site over here with the external wall upstairs that used to have the two windows. So I want to go over, like, really quick how to take map control, take space, and sort of roam clear. Because a big issue that we've been having in the city this weekend, or not this weekend, this week, is like, we'll have trouble actually roam clearing, so when we go to take space, we just lose it afterwards because we didn't properly clear and shit. So let's say we're not doing our usual quick plant here that we do that no one ever stops. Let's say what we want to do is we want full control of the top floor, which honestly is what you're supposed to do. So we're going to come from these windows in office instead. Let's say we have no drones whatsoever. All of our drones died during prep. We don't have a Twitch. We don't have a Zero, etc., etc. So theoretically, the enemy could be anywhere here. Anywhere. Those are all the possible spots the enemy could be. Okay? So there's a few ways to take map control in this instance. If we're coming from these windows here for offices on the east side, first thing you can do is drone. You have someone, throw their drone into the room, and if the person sees anyone in the room, they can go, nomad on, or not nomad, who's a defender? Mute on one ping. So whoever's coming in can, go for that kill. And then, if you kill the guy in office, guess what? You now have control of offices. So now you have this bit of map control. What you do from there is you start methodically as a team clearing rooms. So what you do is you decide, okay, we're going to clear this way. So you have someone drone in, and you have your entry frag, follow the drone in, and the person on the drone goes, okay, clear. And if your entry frag is still alive, you now have control of this room. Where's your drone go? Your drone goes this way. And there's no one in there, and your entry frag lives. So now you have control of this room here. So now, unless the enemy has a rotate on this wall right here, you now have control of this room, and whoever's playing in this room here can't do anything about it, except blank. So, theoretically, you cleared office, you cleared, I don't even know what that room is, kitchen, I think, and you cleared whatever this is, okay? But you didn't clear this room here. So you have two options. Either you dedicate resources to drone, this room's clear, drone, clear, or you can play someone with claymores, or a nomad, someone with flank watch utility. So, if you clear office, and you clear this, what you can do is have your flank watch either play in the office and watch your flank, so that if someone comes through this door, they hopefully die here, or you have your nomad put her beep boop on the wall. And then what happens is if they try to flank you, they go in here, they get nomaded, and then your entire team is like, okay, they're, someone's in this area, and then you go for the kill. So yeah, in this instance, let's pretend you have a nomad. So theoretically, enemy cannot push through this door. So you've cleared and gotten control of office, you've cleared this. Next is the hall. And this is where it starts to get dangerous, because this is where the enemy, could have a sight line into, like, from sight onto you. Like, if I were to set up this site and play it aggressively, I would have a sight line from the breakable wall Actually, no, you can't even take that part. What is this part of the hall? Is this... Okay, that's just spiral connector. Okay. So now, you've got to come through this door here. So your drone is going to have kind of a hard time now. You're going to have a drone... Nope, that's the eraser. Drone's going to go this way. Clear over here. Drone can go this way and clear, you know, the stairs. Or drone can go this way and try to clear sight. The smart thing to do here would be to commit resources, not go into the hall, because there's too much to clear. Take the map control you already have and kind of condense it. Take the shortest possible, safest route. Take your resources, set up your nomad here, so you don't lose the control there, and push into here, and then clear it. And now you can push into this hall through the door, drone it. There's less angles for you to get shot from. Pushing from here, you have 3 to worry about. Pushing from down here, there's only 2. Being anyone in the hall, including the stairs, or this door right here, which you can pretty safely nomad off. Like, you could have nomad in here and pretty safely put one right there so they can't even peek the door. So you have your drone go in, you have your drone clear stairs, and now, since you have control effectively of a good portion of this hall, you can just have your Claymore guy or your flank watch guy watch the stairs, so that whoever's downstairs, their rando cavi, can't come upstairs and do the cavi thing. At this point, you now have control of half the map without even having to engage sight itself, which is the riskiest part of, you know, any attack. So now, the options are you can continue to clear and, you know, give yourself a lot more insurance for the execute, which is also going to be way riskier. Or you can just start using that foothold you have and pushing into sight. So what you can do is have someone drone this way and figure out, you know, if there's a rotate here or a head hole there, if there's a hole there, and try to figure out how you're going to do this. So you have your drone go this way, and probably also have a drone go this way. Basically, at this point, if you want to take, like, northern B control, try to take care of Spiral. You know, have control of Spiral, dedicate a Spiral guy, kill their Spiral guy, and try to make all of this a non-issue. So once you have control of that, once you have control of this area here, you've got a guy playing north of B. And look how much map control you have at this point. You've got the entire east side. That is the foothold you have right now. So by taking map control, by clearing these areas, you have taken significant control of the map with very minimal risk, depending on if they have roamers, if the roamers are playing aggressively. This is basically the point of roaming. This right here is the point of having roamers. Because if you have roamers, then the enemy has to actually, you know, if you've got a guy, an office over here, if you got a guy over here, the enemy has to actually, even they could drone you out all they fucking want. They do have to face check and take a duel with you. And that is, you know, usually what you want as a roamer. You want them to be nervous. You want them to take these risks. And if they dedicate resources to you and still don't kill you, you can literally just run. You can just run. And now they've wasted resources and they're not even at sight yet. So, you know, once you're at sight and you're ready to execute, you've got your guy over here in the office watching this door, watching Spiral. Because that's really the only two ways they can come from that side. And on B side, you've probably got someone watching these stairs or even a Claymore, so you don't have to dedicate a guy. You've probably got someone actually in the hall here. Your diffuser guy is probably playing back here, waiting for the execute. So at this point, this is pretty good map control. You don't need to really dedicate resources to the west side unless your game plan is to kill, which I'm not a big fan of, but, you know, you do you, fam. So, you know, you've controlled half the map. You've really tunneled where they can come from, where they can retake. Now, you can start, you know, smoking off sight. Now you can have your sends throw the wall probably from here, and then it like bounces. And actually, that's not a bad sends wall. I might do that later. If you've, you know, done your job, you've cleared shit, you got a drone at least looking at, you know, the east side of B, you've got a pretty nice foothold. I fucked up your hallway guy, I'm sorry. You've got a pretty good foothold on B. You can plant like here. And now, take a look at like this layout. If you're trying to retake B so you can stop this defuse here as a defender, all of your guys are either coming from the west side and have to deal with this guy, and this guy, or your guys are downstairs and have to fight into this guy, but way more predictably. That is why map control is so fucking important. Because you can cleanly cut the map up and take control methodically, you know, one room at a time. So yeah, that's a non-comprehensive, the foot in the door type thing on map control. You start with one room, you look for the dudes, and you go, there's a dude here, and then your team goes, dude down, and now you have this room. And then your team goes, okay, we're gonna clear the kitchen. And then you drone kitchen, and then Ash face checks, and then you're like, clear. Now you have kitchen, and then you clear this room. And then Ash clears it, and then, you know, all that. And then Ash goes into this room, and then she dies, but someone refrags. Like, it's all about clearing rooms one at a time, and making sure someone can't go back in there. Your team goes in, you put claymores, you put nomads, etc. As long as the enemy can't go back in, you're fine. That's why roamers being able to make rotates is so strong. That's why, you know, Jaeger or Bandit with a shoddy or Cavi with impacts. That's why, you know, as a roamer, that's a nice tool to have. Because then, you know, it becomes harder to clear these rooms. Because instead of only having, like, this door and this door, which are easy to do, you've got this door, you have to clear this rotate. Maybe they have like a rotate here. You have 4 spots to clear now instead of the basic 2, and then, you know, whatever doorways are here. Yeah, that's really basic do-it-yourself shit for map control. Try it in your own games. Try the methodical one room at a time, and work with your team on this. You are not as cracked as you think you are. I'm not as cracked as I think I am. I am not gonna Ash WM1, go in the window alone, and then die, and then Alt F4. Talk to your team, have them drone for you, or drone for them. Methodical, one room at a time. Drone goes in, person goes in after. Drone goes in, person goes in after. Because if you're starting with the face check that you didn't need to do, in the nicest way possible. If you had drones in pocket, you have randos with drones, you have drones in that room, and you still start with the face check, you're a fucking moron. In the nicest way possible. And yeah, that's the very start on map control. It's really hard to demonstrate without, like, a game to use as an example, but I'm drawing a blank on any we've had recently. So, yeah. Peace.